The MG Show. What real independent journalism looks like.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show.
Welcome to the MG Show on February 12th, 2026. Crazy. It is the 217th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Shady, welcome.
Who else's birthday is it? Abraham Lincoln. What the hell are you talking about?
What? I was born in the land of Lincoln.
You are Lincoln. Get over here. Happy birthday, sir. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. I can see in the chat you're already onto him. He's trying to play coy. Happy birthday to Jeff. Everybody out there, give us a 17, a 47, a 45, a 110. What's your age? I think you're like pushing over the hill. Is that what you said? You're pushing something over the hill?
Yeah, apparently Mikey Mariano made a bunch of, what is it, when you get your butt checked memes and AARP memes. Thanks, Mikey Mariano.
Yeah. You got your card. You getting your discount yet?
Oh my God.
You're signing up for all of your after age care, Jeff.
Oh my God, guys!
Stop
it!
Sir.
You guys make me feel so old. I don't feel as old as I.
You look great, sir. You've been doing amazing work on yourself. You've been taking your health seriously. I think it's an amazing thing. I think it's an amazing thing that this audience can have the example of understanding what it means to take your health seriously. Part of what it is that I wanted to say to people when I started doing this was to explain to them that it's up to you to do that. And so I've seen so many people do that since we've started this process. And you had a really big scare with your health deteriorating and the weird thing going on with your teeth, and the kind of got the infection in that back tooth, and it wasn't good, guys. And so amazing stuff has happened since then. And God bless you. And happy birthday from this audience, from all of us. Who's out there? Is there anybody out there saying happy birthday?
No, nobody is.
No, nobody said it. Sandy Star White, Mikey.
Thanks, guys.
And happy birthday. Or maybe they were talking to me. They were probably giving me compliments, right? It was shady.
It's always shady. Yeah. Or Joe Ray was frozen. So I mean, geez.
Well, did she freeze like with me doing this? That's what it always seems like.
That was good. Thank
Whenever
you.
I get animated, it freezes.
Happy birthday, Lisa. Blair says, happy birthday, Jeff. $20 Rumble rent. Thank you so much. Pastor Shadley gifted 5 subscriptions. Wow. Stormrider 94. Happy birthday, Jeff. Mom sends her love. Happy birthday, Mom Stormrider. We love you. And $50 Rumble rant. Thank you so much, man. Wow. And Shady, I want to relive a really great time that you and I had at Mar-a-Lago on my birthday. What was it, 3 years ago now?
How long ago?
Maybe 3.
That was the last time I got my hands on you.
Yeah. And this is us at Mar-a-Lago. You can't take pictures of President Trump, but listen to what he played, Shady. This was amazing, wasn't it?
What a fun night that was.
What a great night. He's playing Heroes by David Bowie. And you see how big I was there, too, Shady.
No, I didn't notice that. I just saw what a great, awesome human being you are. And what
I just gave away that fat suit, bro.
An amazing time. I picked up a little bit of that, by the way.
Yeah, you can have it. Thank you very much. Oh, my gosh. Rock Chip, congratulations, Mama Matrix. It's a boy. Thankful you were born, Jeff. Hugs to your mom for me, please. Thank you. Rock Chip, that means a lot. I was born 5.5 weeks premature. I was 5.7 ounces. And I was born breech, so I was really a handful, apparently. And I was colicky. And then after that, all I did was ask my mom, why? Why, Mom? Because I said so, right? So I was always a questioner, Shady.
The because I said so response is, I think that is part of the reason that the two of us get along so well, because we were both raised with that.
Yeah.
You're like, quit with your question. Your questions are annoying. Like that was my reality before I was 10 years old.
So, when you get a daughter, like when I had a child, Abby, my daughter, my beautiful daughter, I vowed to myself that I would answer every question she had, because you can take all the good stuff that you learned in parenting and the one thing that maybe drove you nuts a little bit. And I said that I would always answer her questions. I would never say because I said so, although I wanted to a few times, of course. But, it's just been an amazing time. Happy birthday from St. Charles, Illinois. Dom T. Cat. Wow, that's my hometown. I was actually born in Rockford, Illinois, and basically moved very quickly into St. Charles after that. Dom T. Cat, thank you so much from St. Chuck. What's up? St. Charles Saints. Let's go.
So it's not a birthday party without some music. Yeti, you got anything for me?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to be banned off YouTube now? Oh,
there
no, Jeff, happy birthday song.
Hey there, Jeff. Wow, it's your big day. The Matrix, man. Hip, hip, hooray. Podcast master with truth to share. Birthday cheers come from everywhere.
Pure chance fade, 2 true seekers, what a great day. Started MG show with a bang, laughing at lies, the freedom gang.
Showbacks, cue drops, decoding clues, following posts, no time to lose. Red pill fun, waking up folks, conspiracy laughs, epic jokes.
Happy birthday, Jeff Peterson.
Matrix vibes,
let's celebrate. Hunter's hero, who's best friend.
Funny stories
that never end. Trump supporter, bold and true. Pesky Q, laugh through and through. Cheer, what a crew. Happy birthday to you.
Stands for Trump through thick and thin. MAGA hat on, ready to win.
Exposing scams with witty spin. President's pal, let the fun begin.
Loves his fans like family type. Friends online, day and night. Shout outs galore, heart so bright. Birthday hugs, what a delight.
When Showtime fans unite with glee, we love your rants, wild and free. Decoding drops, so what a thrill. Truth with a twist, conspiracy we can't resist. Thanks for the wakes, no bad rebates. You are the master,
no debate.
Happy birthday, Jeff Peterson.
Matrix vibes,
let's celebrate. Hunter's hero, truth's best friend.
Funny stories
that never end. Trump supporter,
bold and true.
Pesky Q, laugh
through and through.
Followers cheer,
what a crew.
Happy birthday to you.
Bring it down a little bit. birthday, Jeffrey Peterson.
I'm the master, no debate.
You're the master debater.
That's so good. Who did that? Did you do that, Shady?
I did
Matrix
not.
vibes.
Let's celebrate.
Is that Mikey Mariano?
It is.
Best friend.
Funny story.
I love you, bro.
That never ends. Trump supporter.
Bold and true.
Pesky
Can't help it. That's who you are. It's something
Follow us,
bold and
cheer.
true.
What a crew.
Happy birthday
All of you guys.
to you.
So raise a
All
glass.
of you. We've been doing this for 8 years. It's amazing, guys.
Matrix 6 life.
Wow. He always does like 80-minute songs.
I'm like, I had to wear you out, man. That's my whole intention was to wear you out.
I mean, you know, if I danced to this whole song, I'd be like,
Steal the show.
I thought you were going to get up. Put your hat on or something. Maybe get a whistle. Happy birthday, sir. God
Thank you.
bless you. I wanted to put a little something together. I mean, you know, you like went to like YouTube in 3 seconds and got like happy birthday to some shoddy guy for me. So I figured I'd come out there and bring it with a bang and like give you something. Like I'm looking for some attention on my birthday, bro.
I know. And this is a happy birthday. You guys didn't make me cry this time, and I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. And you know what was really cool too is that you know, the Trump texts you, "Happy birthday, Jeffrey. You're a true patriot." How about that?
Yeah, that's something to wake up to, isn't it?
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. And you guys are awesome.
Thank you, Mikey.
so much. You know,
Mikey helped a lot.
Mikey Mariano, love you, bro. And
I sent him my ideas and they were crap. So I'm just telling you, his ideas were really good.
And he did it like with that funkadelic, psychedelic. I love it. It's got a rhythm. I can dance to it. Thank you so much, Mikey, man. I love you. And those memes were funny, guys.
Well, it really, I just want to say for a minute, as far as like what we've been doing here. And I know that when we started doing this, it was a minute ago. And whenever we started doing this, we thought things were like really on the moment of a big break that was going to happen in society for people to start to realize what's actually going on. And right now, I think we have finally come to that moment. Unfortunately, it took us a little bit longer to get here than we thought whenever we met and we started doing this broadcast. But I just want to say that the trial by fire and the iron sharpens iron realities are very, very real, everyone. And I can see now clearly from my perspective, you know, I went back, I've been doing some stuff. I went back and looked at some of the old shows and just listening to the way that we talked and what we were doing. And it's so interesting how so many things that we said then we're saying right now.
Yeah.
Because it's no different. And if, you know, someone like Bill Cooper were alive today, you know what he would be saying? He'd be saying the same things that we heard him say on the air way back on shortwave radio a long time ago. Why? Because the truth doesn't change. And this is what they're trying to do to everybody. They're trying to trick you into thinking that the truth is liquid. The truth isn't liquid. The truth doesn't change. And we can approach it with a good attitude, and we can get rid of some of the nonsense that's going on and really start to heal this country and make it what it is that is in our minds instead of it being made what it is in their minds in front of us, and none of us could do anything about it. So I appreciate the help in doing that. That was what I intended to do with this project, and you intended to do with this project. And here we are 8 years later. And thank you all for supporting us, because we're here because you liked it.
Thank you. And I'd like to, this is the new AARP magazine. I'm on the cover, Shady.
You made the cover.
Jeffrey Peterson looking sharp, pesky Q-proof health tips.
Wow.
I love that. And don't forget, I mean, go get it. It's a great issue, guys. And I also, there's a couple other here.
Do they get a discount, like his hair discount?
Just turned 40, then you're old enough for your first colonoscopy.
Oh, no.
Use code MG Show.
Oh, no.
Right. Mikey, it's R-E-Y, but that's good. I mean, you know, it's still good. It's Jeffrey, not Jeffery, but I love you. I love you. And these memes are hilarious. Shady, do you need affordable colonoscopies?
Oh, yes, please. Like,
use code MG Show, okay, guys?
Is Rumble paying us for that ad?
I opened these up today. It was the MG Show means many geriatrics, Shady. That's what that means.
That might be true.
Just in case you don't know.
Lord have mercy.
And that is that's from our Tartanium Scottish Anna. And he's saying, not saying Jeff is old, but and visiting angels.
Wow.
My God. God. When you have friends like this, who needs enemies?
I mean,
Shady?
I was just going to say, it's like, wow, you really did just, everybody just, we came to this for a nice thorough roast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, guys. It is so amazing. I really appreciate you all. Amazing. You guys are amazing. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the support to this show. Birthday tips are appreciated, and it seems like you guys really come through on our birthdays, and I can't thank you enough. And just to let you know that I was born on Abraham Lincoln's birthday, and I grew up in Illinois, which is the land of Lincoln. And until they combined, Lincoln's birthday and MLK Day together, we got the day off for my birthday, Shady Groove. Whether it was on a weekend, I'd get a Monday or a Friday off. Yep. And, I'd like to read President Trump's statement on Abraham Lincoln's birthday, guys. It's very good. Nice. So this is the birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, 2026, on February 12th, 2026. A lot of people don't even know that it's President Lincoln's birthday, right? Today, our nation celebrates the 217th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most legendary leaders in American history, whose fearless leadership in the Civil War saved our nation from collapse and reunited a shattered union under one flag. Born on February 12, 1809, in a humble one-room log cabin on the Kentucky frontier, Abraham Lincoln's life represents the incredible potential that is uniquely fostered in America. Largely self-taught, he educated himself by reading borrowed books by candlelight. After long days... Wait, I just moved it because I'm just trying to make it bigger for you. After long days of labor on his family's farm. From those unlikely beginnings emerged a mind of a remarkable clarity and depth that would later define his leadership. Through Midwestern grit and determination, Lincoln became an accomplished attorney, a state representative, a member of Congress, and a brilliant orator, writer, and debater. He was undoubtedly one of the most intelligent men of his age. Yet with every public triumph came personal tragedy, and his life reflected the complex divisions plaguing the country in the early 19th century. His marriage to Mary Todd, Collins, his marriage to Mary Todd brought together a slave-owning family with a man who would eventually bring slavery to an end. Real quick, thank you, JG1LT. Appreciate you, the birthday boy. Thank you so much. $100 Rumble Rant. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. And also Trust. Thank you for the gift to get somebody a subscription to the MG Show. So I think that's interesting. His marriage to Mary Todd brought together a slave-owning family with a man who would eventually bring slavery to an end. While his marriage flourished, the loss of 3 of their 4 beloved children left Lincoln in a dark melancholy for the rest of his life. He and his wife bore on their face the scars of their own grief and eventually the grief of our entire embattled nation. And remember, Mary Todd Lincoln moved to Geneva, Illinois, I also lived in Geneva and St. Charles, and then St. Charles. As slavery continued to tear the Republic apart in the 1850s, Lincoln's opposition to the expansion of slavery quickly spread across the land. He entered the race for the United States Senate, where his legendary debates against pro-slavery Democrat Stephen Douglas made him a nationally known figure. Most people don't know that the Democrats were pro-slavery, and that's interesting in and of itself.
Yeah, they had this whole narrative that it all switched at some point. Yeah.
In 1860, the newly founded Republican Party chose him as its standard bearer, and the American people entrusted him with the presidency of the United States. Shortly following Lincoln's election, our 16th president, the southern states began to secede from the Union. During the course of 4 years of 4 grueling years, President Lincoln led the country through its darkest days and fought tirelessly to preserve our republic during its great trial. He commanded vast armies against the forces of the Confederacy at great cost to human life. He issued the Emancipation Proclamation that freed millions from the chains of bondage and championed the 13th Amendment to expel the scourge of slavery from American soil forever. And Shady, when I grew up, my stepdad had a framed Emancipation Proclamation. I grew up with it, hanging in my house.
Wow.
Re-elected in triumph in 1864 amid the devastation of the Civil War, President Lincoln turned to the solemn work of binding up our nation's wounds. Armed with resolute courage, he sought to restore the rule of law, heal the divisions of civil strife, and reclaim the enduring American principles of liberty, freedom, and prosperity. Ideals that have been tested to their breaking point by years of bloodshed and bitter division. In his crusade to restore the Union and renew its founding promises, he spread a message of reconciliation, working to reunite a divided nation around its most deeply held values. Tragically, his commitment to justice and peace ultimately cost him his life. Just over a month into his second term, at the age of 56, he was killed by an assassin's bullet on April 14th, 1865. Today, more than a century and a half after President Lincoln's death, my administration, President Trump's administration, is honoring his legacy by defending the Constitution, enforcing law and order, advancing justice, and ensuring that government of the people, for the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from earth. We are safeguarding American workers from unfair foreign competition with strong tariffs, a principle championed by President Lincoln, who understood that strategic tariffs could strengthen industry and generate great wealth. We are standing firmly against chaos and division, rebuilding our military to its full strength, and vigorously protecting free speech, religious liberty, and unique American heritage that has defined us across generations. Values that President Lincoln defended throughout his life, even amid the peril of the Civil War. As our republic celebrates its 250th year of independence, we dedicate ourselves to the unfinished work of President Lincoln entrusted to the American people. This historic milestone demands that we once again take up his torch, summon his courage, invoke his vision, and advance the enduring truths of our founding principles. Guided by President Lincoln's faith in the American people and grounded in the ideals of liberty, unity, and self-government, we stand ready to chart a new and bold course towards the next 250 years of American freedom, strength, and prosperity.
Wow. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I had not heard that yet, and that's hit me in a couple different ways here, Jeff, to hear that specific history being articulated. You know why? Because we're in one of those moments right now. It's very good.
It's happening.
It's very good for you to understand that the secession started because of the election of Lincoln, and it's very important for you to understand that a huge amount of the people in the South voted for Lincoln. Okay. And everything, all this stuff gets kind of confused and mixed up and misunderstood over the period of time. But the issues that generated and caused the Civil War were, quote unquote, bastardized by the elite. And you got a glimpse of that in our series that we read last year, the Pandora's Box, of how they were manipulating Lincoln and how they were trying to manipulate him, much, even including his wife, much like what they were doing to JFK. Much like what they were doing to Reagan, and exactly like what they've been doing to Donald Trump. There's a very specific thing to understand about each of these instances. In all cases, the presidency was standing up against the bully, and the bully is the globalist regime, or the kings and queens of the world, putting pressure on America to no longer be America, or to destroy us so that we can be reabsorbed into the monarchies. So this guy was standing up in a way that a lot of people in the South agreed with that, but at the same time, the issue in the South was states' rights versus federalism. That was the tussle. And so the bloodline families used that, which is supposed to be the strength of the country, to have two opposing sides that are pulling and pushing all the time. We're like, oh, this, oh, that, oh, that, and to obliterate it and turn it into something about slavery, you see. And Lincoln was literally the guy. Lincoln was not killed because he ended slavery. Lincoln was killed because he was able to reconcile the country. Much like Donald Trump. Remember what he did during COVID, Jeff? What did he do? He brought the country back together, said, no, we're going to get this mess open. We're not going to sit around here and languish for 5 years in this. They wanted the Civil War to be the dagger. The Civil War was supposed to be the dagger that ended America, and it didn't work. And a lot
of people don't realize that the Rothschilds funded both sides of the war. Your president, Abraham Lincoln, did the greenbacks directly going against his bloodline, guys.
Right. That's exactly right. So he basically went against both sides, the North and the South. He went against both sides of the family, because one Rothschild was on the North, the other Rothschild was controlling the South, and they were sending the money from overseas. France and England and Portugal and Spain were sending different sides money and munitions. Even Russia was sending munitions here. So this whole thing played out in a way. If it were not for Lincoln, none of us would be here, because he actually he actually negotiated a peace, which is what Donald Trump is trying to do, and what anybody that tries to do gets attacked. If you try to negotiate peace, or if you try to tell the truth, you are the mark.
Or mess with the monetary system.
There you are. There you have it.
Smith, 91, happy birthday, Jeff. Have a great day, brother. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. President Hugh, thank you for the subscription. Rev Rob, wow, another $17 tip via the Rumble wallet. Appreciate you. And that's that Tether Gold. We love the Tether Gold. Thank you. It's an inside job. It's an honor to hear. Happy birthday, Jeff. Thank you so much. $20 Rumble rant. And G Brothers, wow, you are an amazing soul, Jeff, as a minister of truth. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much, man. And, you know, we're here today. You know, I wouldn't have been born on Abraham Lincoln if Abraham Lincoln wasn't here, Shady, on his birthday. I wouldn't have been born on his birthday.
That's a fact.
But you know what's interesting is I was 5.5 weeks premature to be born on that day, and I've always held it with high regard. And I've always wanted to know, why was Abraham Lincoln a different color coin on the penny and facing the other way? It's because the bankers didn't like him.
They were trying to besmirch his image. That's correct. It's a spell. The spell was put over him whenever. I mean, if you remember in the book that we read, you know, did you guys remember all of the stuff that led up to him being assassinated, and how his wife was cooperating, and how John Wilkes Booth was a bloodline family member? So,
and Mary Todd Lincoln is a Collins, and we're reading about the Collins family on Friday, Shady.
That's exactly right. So all of these different things that occurred in history that were major, like the Kennedy assassination, the Lincoln assassination, the attempt on Donald Trump's life, the attempt on Ronald Reagan's life, the assassination of McKinley, all of these different things that have happened. There's never really been an assassination attempt against a president that wasn't in some form going against their monetary control system. There's not. So at some point we have to stand up and say, wait a minute, it's foreign influence. It's the foreign influence that George Washington warned you about. It's the foreign influence that the founders said we got to get out of our politics, or they're going to drown us in it. That is still happening. .201262 says, just got here. Happy birthday, Matrix. We share a birthday today. I'm home snuggling with my brand new great granddaughter. Aww. Wow. What a
That's what it's all about. That's an amazing birthday present. Yes. Thank you, MAGA Rooster. Have a wonderful birthday, Jeff. We're both blessed to have a wonderful birthday. February 12th. Blessings on your birthday. Is it your birthday too? Look at us.
Wow.
Yeah. You can't stop us now.
How many do we have out there?
We got a lot of Lincoln birthday people.
It was Zach's birthday yesterday. We forgot to tell Zach happy birthday.
I told him on Facebook.
I saw it last night. I was like, "Where you been? I didn't even see you last night."
I know. He I think he popped in the chat. He's been busy and he's engaged to the love of his life.
I heard about all of that. I'm so excited for them.
Yeah,
they're going to do wonderful things.
You know, so we got. Look at this shady group. They get them.
You got balloons.
I got balloons. If you go to my Twitter over there, look at that. It's kind of cool. That's because I put my birthday in there, but not the year, because I don't want everybody to know how old I am.
Under 65.
Yeah. So, guys, just want to let you guys know yesterday's show was a banger as well. I think we've had a lot of great shows today. And you heard the message of healing with Donald J. Trump and the birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. That's what we're going through right now. Okay. Again, we had, me and my personal life. We had family healing this weekend. You've got, we had Renee Good's ex-father-in-law on there, and he doesn't blame Renee Good, and she's a great person. I mean, that news is huge, guys, that he thinks that she made bad decisions and maybe didn't follow God's word, right? And I asked him, do you blame ICE? And he says, absolutely not, because Trump is cleaning up our country. Okay. And that's huge news. That's another part of accepting people for who they are. And they might have different beliefs, but they might be on the wrong path. It's about forgiveness. It's about giving people grace. We've got a lot of this happening in our own lives too, I'm sure. And embrace it, guys, because we need to give a lot of people grace. There's a lot of people that, Gene Ho was told to hate us, Shady.
Yeah, I know. And I was actually over, recently on Facebook since the Super Bowl, and got a little glimpse into all of the people pretending like that Bad Bunny thing was good.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I was pretty surprised to see what I saw over there about people that are virtue signaling and acting like that they haven't a clue what that guy was saying or what he was doing, or to some degree just what they're trying to do is they're trying to troll us into rage bait. Okay. It's nonsense. There's no real American that saw that mess at the Super Bowl and thought, oh yeah, that says NFL, that says football, that says pro America.
I mean, even the people they couldn't see it. They had all these people in these plant outfits. They couldn't even see the performance.
The meme where it was showing the plants running across the border was the most hilarious. But did you see the people were standing there in the audience? The number of folks that put out their videos of their phones. They're standing there. They can't read anything. The crowd is just standing there. There's literally they're holding the crowd is doing absolutely nothing. There's 0.0 excitement in that crowd for anything that's going on because they have no clue what's being said. But that was the greatest halftime show ever in NFL history.
Yeah, and what was said should be FCC violations.
They absolutely should be FCC violations for that because oh my goodness was that. I
went back and looked at some of the songs and there's some guy on TikTok saying Bad Bunny in English and he actually sings Bad Bunny in English. Well, it's degenerate. The guy is a degenerate, sick piece of shit. Can I say it?
Yeah, it's your birthday, dude. You say whatever you want.
Thank you.
Yeah. We got some other sick.
And I saw videos of people in the stands watching the TPUSA halftime show, Shady.
With their phones. I saw that too. Yes, they were like sharing it. They had groups. There were people grouped together watching someone's TPUSA feed of Kid Rock while this nonsense is going on around them.
And the NFL should be ashamed of themselves if they saw the ratings drop off. It dropped off. People changed the channel at halftime, bro.
Remember, these people put BLM in the end zone. Okay. Yeah. So we have to understand what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a layer of society. This is like the people, who we're dealing with? I figured it out. You know who we're dealing with? We're dealing with people. Whenever we were down in Anaheim, California at the Reawaken tour thing, I realized that when we were there, men who are willing to walk around with Mickey Mouse ears on their heads, that's the people we're dealing with. This is literally 100% of people. They will do anything that the TV tells them. They were trained from birth with this Disney crap, and they're still mentally enslaved to this fantasy world that they live in that think, oh, well, nobody's really an illegal person. Meanwhile, there's not a single other country on earth that doesn't say you can't be here illegally.
Yeah. Let's look at this. Yeti, thank you. This is the minute-by-minute Super Bowl LX viewership. So overall is the gray. Seattle left even more, okay, which is interesting, right?
Wow.
And then Boston, look at that. So they lost almost 20, this would be 20%. So they lost a good percentage of their audience. This right here, this gray area is the halftime start.
No, dude, look at that. That show, you know what that shows? That shows that all these virtue signaling white liberals are the racists.
Yeah.
Look at the map.
Or there's more regular real people than there are.
Well,
Antifa is fake, guys. It's all a movie. This is the movie you're watching, in my opinion. People in Seattle don't like this crap.
No, they don't. And people that are Patriot fans and people that are football fans in general don't like this crap.
Yeah.
Because it's very simple. Because they can't understand a damn word he said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see the oh, by the way,
Florida
and Georgia border just the other night, a video released showing about 20 to 25 tractor trailers sitting there because guess what? They couldn't speak English. And so the Department of Transportation was there on scene and stopped all these people, confiscated their tractors, and left the trailers sitting there for the companies to come get with somebody that can speak English. Okay. That's what we need to be seeing in this country. We don't need to be seeing Bad Bunny running around sticking his ass up in the air and telling us nonsense that, he said 1,029 times.
Yeah. And it wasn't his ass that he was sticking up in the air.
Whatever it was, it's irrelevant. You're missing the point, man.
Apologize for that. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Alex.
Sorry about that. And by the way, it was nice of Santa Surfing. I just want to give her a quick shout out. Thank you for posting our show. It got over 3,000 views on X, which is very rare for us because, we need you guys to keep sharing it. Thank you. But she said, look at what did she say? She goes, Santa Surfing says, Matrix with Shady Groove live today points out Pam Bondi hearing as she gives Anons a hat tip while answering a question if John Brennan will get indictment at the 1 hour and 41 minute mark. And Joey Bag of Donuts, our friend, made a meme. Boom. That's a hat tip, guys.
Oh, it was a hat tip. Whenever it happened yesterday, I was like, oh wow. And like you're not going to get any. Listen, troll them. The greatest attorney general in history. Watch how they lose their mind. This is my new favorite thing. Whenever somebody's attacking Pam Bondi, I go into the I say, greatest attorney general in history. And we start arguing with me. You know what I say? Name me one that's better.
Yeah.
And what are they going to say?
What are they going to say?
What are you gonna say? Oh, Hillary. Like, what
Attorney General.
Attorney
Bill
General
Barr.
Eric Holder.
Eric Holder. Yeah, he was better.
Mayorkas.
Yeah. They were all better, weren't they?
Yeah, they were all better.
Yeah. Wow. It was who was the Attorney General? Not Mayorkas. The Paysur.
Oh, the other guy. I get those two confused.
Yeah,
yes, it wasn't him. He was the DHS guy.
Who was? Oh gosh, somebody help me.
Oh no, we're stuck on his birthday. I got his name. It's right there.
Paysur. AG under Biden.
You know who he is.
God, yeah, he's related to the Maxwells.
Yes.
And his name is
Google.
Merrick Garland. No,
Garland. Oh my God, what a forgettable name.
Jeez.
Remember, that's the one they were trying to make the Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, that's right. So Merrick Garland. Let me see. Merrick Garland was a.
They both look the same.
Yeah. No, it was the other guy, the Pissar.
Garland. No, it was Garland.
Was it?
Yeah. That was him.
No, it wasn't him.
Nothing can change the profound way the events of September 11th affected us.
Okay. I agree.
It wasn't him. Who was it, guys? The guy that, not Merrick Garland.
Well, that was who was Attorney General.
Yeah, but it was the other guy that came out. Anyways, I can't think right now. Isn't that crazy? Blinken is a Pissar.
Not Attorney General.
Yeah. What was Blinken?
State.
Blinken was former state Secretary of State. That's right. And that's interesting too, because he was a Paysur, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And here he is right here. Okay, there he is. Blinken. Who are his parents? Where did it go? Barack Obama. Did they take it out, Shady?
No, probably not. You just didn't see it.
Here, Samuel Pissar, stepfather. Samuel Pissar, Pacer. Interesting, huh? Very interesting. All right. That's a rabbit hole for you guys to go down. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Wow, Shady.
Well, pretty fun, right?
Yeah, it is.
Pam Bondi literally did the meme.
She did the meme, guys.
About John Brennan getting like, listen. Notice they kept asking her the question. We already know that there's an investigation. We already know that there's a grand jury impaneled, and everyone up there that were asking her those dumb questions know that she can't say anything about it. And so, what does she do? The perfect move.
That's right. Will Mac 102 says, "Don't feel badly about forgetting these people. Biden did too." Are you saying I'm old?
Yep. Yeah,
I'm getting old, Shady.
We're going to take Biden Joe to the Old Town Road.
I'm going to take Biden Joe to the old folk home because his mind doesn't work no more.
That was one of the best ones, man.
So good.
Corn, popping Cadillac. Lady Gaga's got his back. Mine's like a steel trap.
So we're going to go over a thread in hour number 2, only just because we're going to do that in hour number 2. I found something
pretty disturbing.
Yeah, it's called Dataset 12, and we'll go over that in hour number 2. It's disgusting, guys, and it shows you kind of what we've been saying and what you guys have been saying for a long time, but now there's finally actual proof of it in the actual. And, I wanted to make sure it was correct so I did some research to make sure that this was all correct. It's correct.
Yeah, we don't publish stuff that isn't correct. Other people are very excited to publish things that aren't correct. They rush to publish things that aren't correct so that they can get ahead of anybody that might figure out what is correct. It's almost like they're utilizing a technique called spin that the globalists and the Democrat commies use.
Yeah.
It's probably just my conspiracy nature of seeing things through my
and
lens.
it might even run into something too that you guys will understand later, where they're shady. We're talking to somebody, and we might say a little bit about that later, but it's very interesting what's happening.
This whole thing, let's put it this way. This whole thing is not what you've been led to believe it is. And the whole thing is a lot worse than what you've been led to believe it is. And it's not the people that are guilty are the people telling you about it more than the people that are doing things. Let's put it that way. How does that sound?
That's right.
The people that are telling you about it are the ones that are doing the things that they're complaining about. What about that? The people the people that are calling you the 3PO might be the P3PO.
C3PO.
C3PO.
C3DO.
Protectors of the guardians of the
Peter Files. Yeah. And then Epstein was friends with him. Bannon. Bannon was friends with him.
Bannon wasn't just. This is not friends, dude. This is not friends. This is like camaraderie. This is partnership, Jeff. It's like that. This is saying that they're friends. Like, oh, no, guys. This thing between Bannon and Epstein is not friends. This is you're probably going to see in the second hour. You're going to get a good look at who Jeffrey Epstein is. And so the way that Steve Bannon is talking to this guy, they're like cohorts.
I mean, they like, can I borrow your plane? Bannon. I mean, you don't just like let somebody borrow your plane
unless you do the bidding. And you don't just sit there and go on the air and pretend you're MAGA for 5 years and act like, oh, they're not releasing. Do you know that Steve Bannon sat there for months and months and months and said, oh, Donald Trump and Pam Bondi aren't releasing the files. They're protecting the files. Oh, he didn't want them to release the files, guys. You understand that? None of these people wanted this stuff to come to light. The Ivan Ranklin's of the world that were acting all this way, they did not want, and they did not think Donald Trump would release it either. I guarantee you, just like they didn't think that Donald Trump would release the transcript of the call for the impeachment thing. But guess what he did? He released it.
Yeah. And, it's interesting. And you see all these fake fights, and everything. And, they're always angry, Shady. They're always cursing and they're slandering.
They're very, like the comments from Roger Stone yesterday to the one lady. I can't even remember who.
Grace Chong.
Yes, I mean it's like, okay, I don't really necessarily like her, but the things that he says, they're the same.
See you next Tuesday.
And other disgusting things that you're saying, like you're typing that into the internet, like they're trying to create this thing that says, oh, Roger Stone good, Bannon bad.
So let's ask yourself, why are liberals always angry? Why do they curse? Why do they slander, push fake labels, racist, sexist, etc.? Why do they create emotional outbursts when challenged? Why are they violent? Why do they form mobs, packs? Why are they incapable of listening to the other side? Fascist. When you don't have the facts to support your arguments, present logical reasoning, you must resort to the above tactics. The narrative is designed to keep people in a constant state of fear, thereby forcing anger, rage, violence. Emotionally unstable people are easier to control. They want you divided, Shady.
How more simple can we get? How much more simple can we get? How much more simple is life than using your common sense to understand what's really going on? And whenever somebody starts talking over your head, you start listening to them in a different way. Okay. These people are trying to talk over your head. That's what Ivan Ranklin does. That's what they do. They think that they're smarter than you. So number one, a person that's approaching you that's thinking that they're smarter than you is automatically at a disadvantage, because who's the biggest intelligence network on the internet right now? I'll tell you who it is. It's the MG show. Okay. You want to know where intelligence is? It's right here. People that can actually dig in and look at what's actually there and say, okay, no, this isn't there. This is there. This is not something that is privy to this show. It's something that no one else is willing to do because they need this information to be consumed as legitimate so that they can continue to make up another fake story. It's like writing novels, man. They're just writing stuff. They're writing fiction every day. Like that's what Alex Jones has been doing, what Jennifer Flynn has been doing.
Kimma says, happy birthday, Jeff. Sending love and prayers for another amazing trip around the sun. God bless you always. Thank you so much. And I'm just going to put this on, I'm not going to read it. Okay.
No, just let them see it. Let the audience read it. You can decide for yourself what.
This is not how we act as MAGA, folks.
No, it's how you act as Proud Boys. It's how you act as BLM.
Liberal.
It's how you act as a liberal-minded human being. It takes a liberal mind to post stuff like that into the internet.
Yeah.
Period.
There you go.
And you have to have, ex-presidents that you've smeared tattooed on your back.
Now you got, apparently, I'm going to check again, but I think Brendan Dilley actually unblocked me.
We're in flip-flop world. He blocked me after I asked him to unblock you. So they're playing games, dude.
Yeah, and it's right. So he untagged himself on this. Let me just show you this.
Because he didn't want to respond to you.
This is it. So you see how he untagged himself, okay?
Yeah, but let's play the video.
So this is, remember when Warlord Dilly got mad at someone in his chat and told him that Dan Bongino was more their speed and that Dan steals his content all while wearing a Proud Boy shirt? Good times. Thank you, Bonster Q. Check it out.
I'm sure Dan Bongino is more your speed. Maybe go check out the Dan Bongino show now that you're done here. I'm sure he covers, you'll get to hear a lot of my jokes again, so that'll be nice. Head on over to the Dan Bongino show. You guys can go check that out. You can hear my material delivered in a different way. Go enjoy it. You guys can fucking head over there, or you can wait.
Boy, that's
you can't even say Bongino correctly.
No, he's saying it incorrectly on purpose, just like Ivan Ranklin is saying Bongina.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Ivan Ranklin keeps calling him. He keeps calling him Dan Bongina. This is the tactic of a Roger Stone network. Okay, this is their tactics. You will know them by their fruits. You will know them also by their concern, Jeff. Right? Yeah. What do they concern about? What is their concerning leading to? Because it will lead you right to the rotten source of what it is that they're up to.
Yeah.
Watch their concerning. And that's a great clip right there from Billy, considering he's trying to cozy up to Dan Bongino right now and act like him and Dan Bongino are tight.
Yeah. I want to, let me just see, endorsement. Hang on. Because I need you guys to see something as well, and understand how this works. Okay.
I think I know what you're doing.
You don't.
I don't think I know what you're doing.
I don't think so. But
I
you will
actually
know.
don't.
All right. So I want to read a President Trump truth. Okay. When Kevin Stitt, the very mediocre at best rhino governor of Oklahoma, was losing his election to a Democrat, primarily because he did a bad job, he called for my help. I endorsed him and he won. Sorry, my cherished Oklahoma, to have done that to you, President Donald J. Trump. But remember, there was also a move to try to probably get that Democrat governor elected by the Flynn endorsement of Jackson Laymeyer. Okay? So
split the vote.
To split the vote.
On our side.
Yeah.
This is exactly right. It's a great point to make. That's not exactly what I thought you were going to say, but that is a great point to make because that's what he's doing. He's constantly endorsing the person that's opposite so that they can bring the foreign money through their 501c4s into their 501c3s and then support this candidate. And this candidate is against MAGA candidate. So they weaken the MAGA side. They weaken the Republican side so that the Democrat can step in and win.
Yeah. And, going back to Dan Bongino, he's trying to protect Roger Stone. Be careful with Roger Stone, Dan Bongino, please.
Please. He is a snake in the grass.
If Cash shared with you what we shared with Cash,
Let's hope
if not, you don't know. But I think he knows.
But we can inform you very, very easily.
Yep.
And we'd love to.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize for being a jerk. I was telling him to stop listening to Flynn. I'm sorry. I was very direct in explaining.
I apologize for that.
I do, and it's not my fault that you were like telling me Flynn was a hero. So I got a little fussy.
And he like the reason why we went back at you is because you said people like the X-Man, I'm Matrix with 3 X's, are telling you that they're attacking Flynn and Cash. That's where you messed up. Okay.
We were attacking.
We're not attacking Cash. In fact, Cash signed my book saying he loves the MG show. Okay, his government gangster book. I've got it signed by him, and he's been on our show saying that he loved us. Also, when I was on CNN, he reposted a part of that clip. So we have been in Cash's corner. Oh, Cash's corner. That was the show. And Bongino may not have known that, but Cash was his boss at the FBI, and maybe he knows now. And that's what you've got to understand. You've got to give people grace. You can't say, oh, well, Bongino was a Secret Service agent while he's getting $65,000 and we're in the hot dogs from Chicago because hot dogs in Chicago are awesome. And they are. Chicago's known for their Chicago dogs. And, you don't know that that's what really happened. You're just going with your thinking.
Well, I think in the second hour, we're going to show you how that maybe there's a number of things that aren't happening that you think are happening.
Yeah.
Because the things that are happening are never the things that you're being told that are happening, no matter what. It's always things on the down low, if you will. The cover stories are always cover stories. Optics, right. They call it, right, Jeff? They said we don't want the National Guard to stop people from entering the Capitol because the optics would no, that it wasn't optics they were trying to stop. They were trying to prevent anybody from stopping them from being able to go into the Capitol so that they could send people into representatives' offices and ransack them so that they could film it and then put it on TV and say, oh, look, Donald Trump's people are just like Antifa people.
Yes. And Bannon's been working. Like, they're saying Bannon is the face of MAGA. No, he's not.
No, he is not.
I mean, I always got insulted with that. Donald Trump is the face of amen.
And they keep saying about Flynn, too. There would be no MAGA without Flynn. Whatever.
He got fired.
MAGA started before Trump even knew what a Flynn flunky was.
I tell you guys, we just gotta keep our powder dry and keep exposing these psychological operations that are being perpetuated on you guys and not listen to a lot of these influencers. Don't even listen to us. Prove us wrong. If you prove us wrong, guess what we'll do? We'll say, you're right. I was wrong. If you prove them wrong, they just keep, battling you because of their, either they're getting paid or what do you call that, Shady, when you just can't give up your own opinion?
Narcissistic.
Well, there's a word for it.
I couldn't catch the word that you were looking for there.
False thinking that things are real. What do you call it? Cognitive dissonance.
Cognitive dissonance. There you go. Believing something just because you want to believe it instead of looking to see what's real to understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And again, I want to just play this real quick. This got 1.5 thousand views on X. Wow, it's pretty big news. This is Renee Good's father-in-law. Check it out. I will.
Spirits on people. I look at how the devil would deceive people. You know what I'm saying? And I did hear her say drive. She was kind of the aggressor in the situation. But again, I just look at Rebecca being a lost person, not having the Spirit of God to lead her and guide her.
So do you hold ICE in any way?
No, absolutely not. I mean, they're doing their job. You can't blame Trump to try to protect America. You can't blame ICE for doing what Trump's called them to do. Get spirits on people.
Amazing. He spoke very nicely of Renee Good, guys. That was his daughter-in-law, married to the son, a very nice, jovial, happy person. And he doesn't blame ICE.
The media is what made her. The media made her a clown. The media made a clown out of her, and everybody starts poking fun. See, and they made a clown out of Charlie Kirk too. They do this all the time. This is what they do. They set you up so that you can be ripped apart.
Yeah. Yeah. LJ Mag, that short getting a lot of views. I'm not sure. That's only on X, but I do have it on TikTok. Okay. mgshow.clips. I've got it on TikTok. I've got it on YouTube, and I've got it on Rumble. We're rocking, Shady.
We're getting ready to rock because you know what's getting ready to happen? Like everybody's getting ready to start asking real questions. And a lot of these people that have been asserting a bunch of bogus stuff that we've been calling out for a couple of years that aren't doing a damn thing to help anybody, that's getting ready to be proven out.
Yeah, exactly right.
They aren't.
And guys, thank you very much for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you, Shady Yeti. I love you. And we'll be right back after these beautiful boom messages.
For the first time ever, we're bringing you My Pillow mattresses and mattress toppers for as low as $99.98. Remember, sleep's all about temperature and pressure points. Whatever sleep needs you have, we have the right technology for you. Like our My Pillow mattress topper, our queen size has over 10,000 individual comfort supports to help relieve your pressure points. And how about our 3-inch Hybrid Plus mattress topper? It's infused with copper and silver to help your body get the restorative sleep it needs. And our My Pillow and Case Coil mattresses, I personally helped develop these mattresses to make sure they have everything needed to give us great sleep. Plus, they're made right here in the USA, and they ship right to your front door, absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to get MyPillow mattresses and toppers for as low as $99.98 and free shipping.
Use promo code MGSHOW or call 1-800-873-0478. That's 1-800-873-0478.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from Spilty, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20% and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble, and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
The MG Show. Not funded by dark money, but funded by listeners like you.
of tomorrow, I apologize to you on behalf of those in my time for the things we didn't do. We didn't stop the tyrants so your fate could be prevented. We watched them steal our freedom. By silence we consented. We didn't choose to circumvent the doom you've not escaped, while the Bill of Rights was murdered and the Constitution raped. Some of us were lazy, others too afraid to think about our children, the ones we have betrayed. I guess we were too busy to be concerned or care, to try to ease the burden of the chains we made you wear. We could have been good shepherds when the wolf got in the fold, but we watched the flame of freedom die instead and left you cold. I'm sorry we were timid, my selfish generation. We left you but a remnant of a free and prosperous nation. I'm sorry for our actions, like cowards we behaved. We could have left you freedom, instead you are enslaved. Selfish generation, we left you but a remnant of a free and prosperous nation. I'm sorry for our actions, like cowards we behaved. We could have left you freedom, instead you are enslaved. Children of tomorrow, descendants of our land, I'm sorry we allowed this, the fate you now withstand.
That song, poem, was on the Crow House, Shady, for many. I think it's still there today. And it's written by Anonymous, and it always hit me. I had it framed because I rebuked that song. I wanted to be the not selfish generation that frees our children or helps free our children in some way, shape, or form. And I think we are getting to that point today. Shady and I grabbed a mic 7 years ago. We didn't know anything about broadcasting. We bought and, wasted money because we didn't know what kind of stuff to get to podcast correctly, and things changed and computers blew up. And, this takes money to do. Websites cost money. Well, we did it with little money. We were censored. We were, attacked by the very people we thought were our friends. Are they hiding something? Are they hiding something? Are they trying to be the selfish generation that didn't do nothing? This generation, Generation X, guys, grew up in a time like no other. I had a key around my neck. I walked home from school, and I didn't have a parent. I had chores to do. I had to do the laundry at age 8. I had to do vacuum the stairs, clean my room, do stuff before rake. We had shag carpet. I had to rake the living room, Shady. We are a different type of generation. We were able to be on our own. We were able to go outside and play. Free Free roaming, guys. We rode our bikes downtown, went to the five and dime. Bought little things that are plastic that had parachutes and threw them up in the air. Rockets. We did stuff. We respected our elders. We didn't swear in front of them. We didn't call them names. If somebody was older than me, I respected them no matter what. Even like kids, we would be riding around on our bikes and we see other kids. We would steer the other way and get away from them. Okay. We wouldn't engage them and start yelling at them. We certainly wouldn't yell at the police. We certainly wouldn't yell at people that are here illegally and people trying to get them out. We grew up in a time that is gone. Our parents wanted us to come home at night. We were out. They were calling us. Now you can't even get a kid to go outside. We took a stick in a mud puddle and could be entertained for hours because we had that imagination. We asked questions. In school, I had to read 1984. The book. We learned about the Constitution, and I couldn't go to high school without passing the Constitution test. So they armed me with what I needed today to help free our children, all of God's children, because we're all God's children, from this disgusting, evil network of scumbags. Shady, welcome back.
Thank you for saying all that. Very well said, and it needed to be said. I would like to add to what you just said, that the world that the founding fathers meant for you was a world that's different than the world that we find ourselves in right now. And what I mean by that is there was slavery at the time of the founding fathers and the founding of this country, but there was a huge amount of the consensus among the people that started this country that the reason that we're starting this country is because we can see a future where the slave is not needed. I want to be clear about this and explain something that's very, very important for you to understand. Because you're a slave, okay? You all are. I don't give a crap if you're white, if you're brown, if you're yellow, green. I don't care what color you are. You are a slave to a system that you cannot control. So what they did, in fact, was because America got rid of slavery, we were the country that got rid of slavery, the colonizing countries of Spain, Portugal, England, France, all of these countries that colonized America had to get rid of slavery because we were getting rid of slavery. Do you understand that? All of these entities are globalist, aristocratic families. All of these globalist, aristocratic families need one thing, and they need one thing really bad: cheap labor. Okay? And think about that connected to communism and what communism says about how we're protecting labor. They're concerned about labor. You know what the founding fathers were not concerned about? You being laborious. They wanted you to be an entrepreneur. They wanted you to take advantage of opportunities that no one else had. They wanted to give the people that were currently identified as slaves a future for all mankind. At the moment that the Constitution was written, Black Americans were considered 3/5 of a human being. Do you realize that? This is what we've been able to change. And the powers that be up on high, the slave owners, are currently calling the people that are trying to release the slaves the slave masters. They're calling us the white supremacists. They're saying that we're the KKK. They're saying that we're the Nazis. They are. And they're projecting this onto us. And we can prove it. Why? Because they used a thing called entertainment. Okay? Go back to the time of Lincoln. We were just talking about the time of Lincoln. What was entertainment? Entertainment was your political world. Entertainment was paying attention to what it was your country could or couldn't do, or what it was other people within your country could or couldn't do, or how we were innovating and changing the world. We were inventing road, interstate systems. We were inventing the car. We were inventing buses, planes, spaceships, ton of all this stuff, television, all the radio. All these things came from America. The modern world is built on America, and they took that and they turned it into entertainment, so that they could distract your mind and prevent you from recognizing that everything that you already had was being stolen out from underneath you, and you couldn't see it go out the door. So that's how they turned us all back into slaves. And so now we're in a situation where Donald Trump says, you know what? I don't want the people in America to be slaves. The people in America don't have to be slaves. Who should be a slave to the people in America are the aristocratic families. That's who should be the slaves to America. So that's what I'd like to add to you today, to realize that what we're getting ready to talk about and what we're standing up for is so much bigger than what any of these people are telling you. And you're going to get a glimpse of that here in a minute. Sorry for the diatribe, but that was very important to me to say.
And you know, I've always done this for the children. My daughter, you know, when you become a father, everything changes. You know, you might have been a liberal, you know, back then liberal, not a today's kind of liberal, but a liberal Democrat back then in high school or college, you know. Then you actually have a child. Your whole world changes, you know. Fiscal responsibility, freedom, rights, all of that. It all changes when you have a child. And it changed for me. But, you know, we have to understand that Bannon was friends with this monster, and this is Agent Miami on X. She says it right. These people are beyond evil. We're still going to have to wait and see, like Carly Bonet says. Bannon's war room. What do you say, Jack Posobiec, General Flynn, and all the rest silent on the Bannon front? We're going to show you how much of a monster this person really is, and the media will refuse to cover. I bet nobody really covers this, Shady Groove.
I 100% bet that, well, not until we force them to. This is very possibly getting ready to be us forcing them to cover this.
Yeah.
This is part of what we've been doing this whole time, is preparing for the moment whenever they try to distract you with entertainment on the information.
And we're going to take our time going through this. It's very hard. Remind you that if you feel like you could be triggered by disgusting things, please protect yourself.
If there's children anywhere near the broadcast, maybe set them.
Yeah, children too. We're just warning you as well. But real quick, one positive note, Shady Groove. I got something really cute. Thank you, dear friend Lydia.
What? Look at that.
There it is.
You're holding it side of Ford. What?
Look at that. Thank you. I love it.
Beautiful.
That's from my dear friend Lydia. She's saying me happy birthday today and everything. So which monster are you talking about, Jeff? There are lots. I'm talking about Jeffrey Epstein and everybody else.
Yeah. The people that are associated with him, there's a big network of people that are associated with Jeffrey Epstein.
And before we get into it too, Shady, let's remind everybody about the Rumble wallet, guys, because they can cancel your accounts, they can freeze your cards, they can decide what you're allowed to buy, say, or support. Big banks and financial institutions have total control, and they use it. That's why financial independence matters now more than ever. Introducing Rumble Wallet, guys. Let's get ready to Rumble Wallet. It's a wallet built for real freedom. With Rumble Wallet, you control your money, not a bank, not a government, not a tech company. Buy digital assets like Tether, which is the dollar, the US dollar. Tether Gold, which is bound by gold, Tether Gold, and Bitcoin, which is Bitcoin, right? All in one secure place, no permission, no middleman, no cancel button. And when you want to support the creators you actually believe in, right, guys? You can use the Rumble Wallet app directly to tip your content creators securely, instantly, and without interference. This isn't a credit line that they can shut off. It's your wallet permanently. Yours to protect your future. Yours to protect your family. When the system fails, when the institutions turn on their own people, when they turn on their own people, financial sovereignty is the difference between security and vulnerability. Rumble Wallet isn't about politics, guys. It's about freedom, ownership, and protecting what's yours. So take control today. Download the Rumble Wallet now and step away from the big banks for good. True ownership, true protection, and true financial freedom.
That's 100% correct. Thank you so much for going into that. And I'd like to introduce what you're getting ready to talk about, everybody, with explaining to each and every one of you that what you're getting ready to see is what we have been saying for a long time. These people are at the core of the cult. They are geneticists. They are obsessed with genetics, and they are obsessed with bloodlines, and they are obsessed with keeping blood pure. This is what we're talking about. This is what we've been talking about. This is the reason that the MG show has been smeared, censored, and tried to be set aside in the corner, because what we're getting ready to talk to you about right now connects with the mentality. You're going to see the mentality of Epstein here. You're going to see what they're really doing, what they're really into, and what the group of geneticists that we call globalists or communists actually are up to.
Yeah. So again, guys, this is a horrific story. This is the coded journals in the Epstein Files, guys, that hides a teenage girl's horrific story. Okay? Wow. Crazy. Here we go. So found in Dataset 12 of the Epstein Files are the journals written by a teenage victim using cryptic messages. Once decoded, these texts tell a horrific story of a slave who was turned into a human incubator for babies she never saw again. Here's a look at this obscure part of the Epstein Files. These are sonograms, Shady Groove. These are in fact
correct.
sonograms.
Yep.
And this is the code of messages, okay? So we go to the next one. So on January 30th, the Department of Justice, as we know, published 3.5 million pages in compliance with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. This release contained innumerable images, videos, and documents that could confirm several conspiracy theories once the dots are connected. Inside the zip file named Dataset 12 is one of many rabbit holes found in the Epstein Files. And this one is particularly poignant because it is not written from the standpoint of a professional, but from a teenage sex slave coping with unimaginable trauma. Indeed, among the thousands of documents in the zip files created by the attorneys and law enforcement are scanned of journals kept by a teenage girl whose name has been redacted. Using magazine cutouts and handwritten coded messages, the journals document a horrific story of a sexual slavery and repeated pregnancies at 16 years old. Going through the writings of this deeply traumatized girl, a fact becomes immediately apparent. Epstein and his circle were involved in much more than soliciting minors. As the journal disturbingly documents, they were using their sex slaves to breed babies who were taken from their mothers minutes after they were born. Okay, and you can go to the files, right? Okay, you can go look at it yourself. The journals. Glued in one journal are cards celebrating the girl's 16th birthday. She was already under Epstein's control for a while at this point. The journals were a way for the girl to process her horrific experiences while experiencing her creativity. The result is a heartbreaking journey through a teenage girl's mind faced with absolute monsters. And here it is, old enough to drive, too young to go anywhere fun. Happy birthday. This one says Tanya. Love Tanya. But it's happy birthday, name redacted. And I'm not sure what. Maybe I should have put that in Grok, but I didn't. So the journals are made up of words and phrases cut out from magazines combined with handwritten editions of her own. In the page below, the girl turned the magazine headline Flight of Fancy into Flights and Yachts of Horror. Underneath is a coded message to be read vertically 2 lines at a time, describing these flights of horror. Here's what this page says. There's the flights of fancy, flights of horror. There's more. The more you pay, the more you get. Is this A, false, B, untrue, or C, crazy? She circled C. Who knows how many times, more times than I can count. Okay, these are the messages. This is the coded message. And that message breaks down like this. There are always flights of horror, whether it's Jeffrey, Mr. Leonsis, Mr. Case, Mr. Snyder, the Gregorys, Mr. Colgan, or one being borrowed by a seemingly good federal worker and even rented. It's all horror. And nothing is as it seems. I am so confused by everything and people you expect to be good, like even old senators like George Mitchell, who you would think would be a good like grandpa, are bad. Mr. Kimsey is deranged. The answer is C, crazy. It all is. Names are being named, Shady.
About time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And what are they doing? What are they really doing? And what are they pretending like they're doing?
Yeah. And is Mr. Case Steve Case? You know, I don't know yet. I haven't. It's people, we need to start digging on those names. Got it?
Yep.
On the other pages are glued poems by Sylvia Plath, who infamously took her own life in 1963. In each case, the girl underlined the passage that particularly applied to her, such as, quote, I have been drugged and raped 7 hours, knocked right out of my mind. This poem is called The Jailer. I've been drugged and raped 7 hours out of my mind. Something is, I don't know why. He has been burning me with wet wax and all that. Guys, it's torture as well, okay? This page consists of several worrying messages that relate to her experience, such as, quote, maybe she's born into it. It's a Q post too, right? Born into it. Never to be seen and heard. High excitement videos of a child all night. And he wanted young girls. She wanted her childhood back. While these journal entries are horrific, subsequent ones somehow get worse. They document the girl turning into a human incubator. Victim of his own. Maybe. Never to be seen and heard. 1 minute I was nobody. The next, a stealth closer. High excitement videos of a child. I mean, look at this, guys. She wanted young girls. A teen. Her childhood back. Blonde beauty. Lifestyles of the perverse. Very interesting, guys. This is in the Epstein Files, guys. Where are the babies? Cram, thank you so much. Where are the babies? Several journal pages contain baby sonograms along with disturbing words, poems, and coded messages. Some of the girl's journals describe her repeated pregnancies, which all ended with the babies disappearing. Epstein would describe this process as playing a game. The girl definitely lost every time. The sonogram, guys. She is gone and she won't be coming back. This is rough stuff, guys. Oh, God, it just drives me nuts. This page tells a story of her giving birth to a baby while Ghislaine Maxwell stood by. Here's the translation. And this is the document. Okay.
And it's a code.
Here's the translation.
Remember, I just want to just real quick and just explain to you how they're talking about code words that can't be corroborated. You see, I want you to understand why we say Pizzagate is a psyop. But this is very, very tough stuff, okay? This is not easy for us to say. It's not easy to stand up amongst literally every other idiot out there with a microphone saying, oh, the Pizzagate is real. This is real. This stuff is real, okay? Pizzagate is an absolute distraction simply because whatever it is they are meaning with the words that they are using that seem out of place, you don't know. You don't know what they mean. Does it mean something nefarious and weird? More than likely, but you can't prove it. So it's sensationalistic. You cannot red pill with this stuff. You cannot share with someone information. You cannot prosecute someone with that information. Stuff like this right here. This has genetic coding. These are people.
Yeah. Bronwyn asks a question. Where can I get these files? Primary access is justice.gov/Epstein. Do a search for Dataset 12 files. It's all there.
Wow, bro.
Yeah. Okay. This is the translation of that coded message. Close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Don't speak. She doesn't talk. I can't stop shaking, and it's been a week. A decision was made, but I can't tell Jeffrey. These things happen. Why didn't I close my eyes fast enough? The doctor was different again. I think from Israel. He had kind eyes, but didn't speak directly to me. This was different. A shot, and those rod-like things had a hook and so much pain. Ghislaine said to push all the pain away. I don't understand. Blood and water all over the bed, and she was right. Like a feeling when your tummy hurts and you have to push. She said to close my eyes and her hand over my eyes, but I didn't close them because of these tiny cries. I'm so lost. I saw between her fingers this tiny head and body in the doctor's hands. It reached its tiny arm up and had a tiny foot. I closed my eyes, and no more tiny cries. This is the next page of her journal. On the page is still glued a poem titled Stillborn. The girl drew an X through the words still because her baby had been born.
They told her it was stillborn.
She was born.
She knew it.
Okay, and these are the codes. Okay, and this is a poem called Stillborn. It's a sad diagnosis. Okay, that you can. But in short, here it is. Okay, this is the coded message at the bottom of the page that we showed you there. In the hall, Ghislaine said she was beautiful. She was, not is. She was a beautiful girl. I heard her. Where is she? Why did she stop whimpering? She was born. I heard tiny cries. I can't do this anymore. So in short, this girl explained how she gave birth to a baby accompanied by a doctor who might be from Israel and Ghislaine Maxwell. She would tell her to close her eyes so she wouldn't see the baby. The newborn was taken away, guys, never to be seen again. Where did the baby go? This wasn't a one-time thing. The girl went through repeated pregnancies. Another coded message says, and I got it right here, he was right. A couple of months and 2 pink lines with a hold on being with others until after it was positive. I want to die. Why didn't she protect me? As long as I am wearing what you want, there's no respect for me as a human. I am nothing but your property and an incubator. You only trust me, and I am under your complete control. I will never trust another man, ever. I'm the only one who provides and sacrifices everything. I give and give out of terror, and you take all from me. You need me to continue. This page, Shady, is the one that is crazy. It contains the words superior gene pool along with a coded text. Okay? There it is right there. Okay, there's your coded messages. You can see them clearly there. Special nutrition, get away from me at all, behind the scenes, secrets of broken promise, superior gene pool. So let's go ahead and see what the message says. Controlled all by Jeffrey all the time. Get away from it all and go to New Mexico? What in the hell? This makes no sense. What about school? Behind the scenes, he is now controlling everything when it used to be Ghislaine who so hates me. Secrets of ... All of them. I'm tired of keeping the secret. I know people are wondering, but I can't tell. I'm exhausted, broken promises. I don't understand why she is treating me on some days like I'm an enemy, and then when we lay in bed together and she is how she used to be, warm. He makes her feel my tummy, and it's so sad and confusing. Superior gene pool? Why me? It makes no sense. Why my hair color and eye color? That feels very Nazi-like, but I'm thinking about these stupid, insane theories he has, I guess. In his mind, it makes sense. The piano and music comments are made to convince me this is right and will create perfect offspring, he calls them. I don't think it works that way, and it's making me hate playing altogether piano or viola. Viola? Viola. Violin. Viola. I'm starting to resent them both. I miss the person I was before. I was made into what feels as a human incubator. So Epstein repeatedly impregnates this girl because he believes she is of a superior gene pool. This apparently based on her hair, eye color, and the fact that she plays musical instruments, Shady.
Genetics. Racism. The real racist. This racism they project onto you.
Another page, another pregnancy. This page says, April 22nd, I had no choice. And this is the page right here, guys, okay? Steals the baby, brought her such joy.
I just want everybody to understand that this is not stuff that we are making up. Like a lot of other people are bringing stuff that they can't show you anything. This is real events. This is real information in those files. This is not conjecture. This is not theory. This is going on. This is what these people do behind your back. And this is what they're really doing, not what the Flynn Network and Alex Jones Network are telling you that they're doing. This is what they're doing. And been doing for thousands of years.
So the page we just showed you is April 22nd. I had no choice. I wasn't ready and she wasn't ready. My mother had found me and it was urgent. After so many bonding moments with Jeffrey and Ghislaine, their baby inside me, with me in the middle, she wouldn't even look at me. We said nothing to one another and I was so confused. When we arrived at Palm Beach, I was taken to a house close to Jeffrey's. I think it was Ocean Boulevard or Street. But it was close and I was alone except for a new driver, but not Mr. Juan. An elderly French lady whose pictures on the wall didn't have her. She had thick accent and was kind. Said she had been born to deliver babies and she had been doing so before I was born. Similar as this last one with shot and hook, but too much blood with so much water and unbearable pain. She put her hands inside of me and seemed worried. I didn't understand. Something about her facing wrong way and putting pressure on the placenta? Things would have to be different. She said I had to be brave and strong and listen to her directions so she could help safely get the baby out. I was terrified seeing so much blood on the bed and floor and started to panic. She had to flip me over to my hands and knees and had me push, and it was so excruciating. I could feel everything as she tried to guide the baby out, but I was so tired. I felt I was dying, but suddenly she had caught a beautiful baby girl who made more and more of a whimper, but beautiful cries. More than a whimper, but beautiful cries. She let me hold her and washed her and brought her back clean and perfect. She smelled so good and showed me how to feed her. But only after maybe 15 minutes, Mr. M came to take her, and I was hysterical and begging for more time. He said those horrible girls were in the car, but I wouldn't let her go. The old woman promised me that she would be safe, and I had to let go. 4 pounds, 10 ounces, 18.5 inches long with beautiful long fingers. I'm dead inside. Life has no meaning. I don't want to be here. So again, this girl gave birth, assisted by one of Epstein's, quote, doctors. After spending about 15 minutes with the newborn, a mysterious Mr. M took the baby away, never to be seen again. Soon after, the girl would get pregnant again. Another journal. I mean, Shady, this is insane.
I'm sorry you have to read that.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Just don't personalize it. You know, it's third hand. It's, you know, it's outside of us and we're reporting on it. But it is so heavy and it's so hard for you to like put yourself in a mindset of understanding how a young girl could be organizing her thoughts. And just notice what's going on, the way that she's coded all of this. All of this isn't written out word for word. She's writing it in code. She's so trying to escape the horrific nature of her reality that she can figure out how to actually code this stuff. And meanwhile, all these Pizzagate people weren't talking anything about what the geneticists are talking about and what they're actually doing behind the scenes. They're talking about some random code word of pizza or jerky in an email that kind of doesn't make any sense or really connect to anything that these people are really doing that's provable in a court of law. This would be evidence, like this person would act as a witness in a court of law. This would be a real survivor story, guys. Not these people that the Democrats are feeding millions of dollars so that they could stand up in the courtroom behind Pam Bondi and make jackasses out of themselves.
Yeah.
Told you it was going to be heavy.
Yeah. That's why I'm taking a quick break real quick,
Okay.
guys. Just, you know.
Well, if you want to, would you like for me to go over? I've got the Q post about born in, and I think that they add a nice element to what you're reading here. Is you wanted to maybe take that route for just a minute? Or you want to wait?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, let's go ahead and just do this, get this done, and then we can wrap it up with all
Either
that.
way, 100%.
I just had an epiphany, guys. because I know somebody in Palm Beach. I went to school with this kid, and his mom was a French singer, and they had a picture of her in the lobby of their grand, beautiful entrance, Shady.
That's interesting. What year was that? Can you remember what year?
When I went?
Yeah, whenever you
96.
96, okay. Interesting.
And the dad drove a Rolls Royce, owned restaurants, and she was a famous French singer.
Yeah, this had to be that era that we're reading from here, right?
And they lived on Palm Beach Island. They also had a Van Gogh in their lobby.
There's not very many of those.
That's why it's personal. I think it's like, did I know somebody that was actually, part of this, Shady?
Well, I actually do know that I know some people that were part of the whole Epstein saga.
Bannon.
Huh?
Bannon.
Well, I mean, I know personal people. I know people from my personal life that were in contact with Epstein and the whole cult thing that was going on way back then in 2000. So I have personal connections to it also.
Well, remember that guy that lived on Palm Beach Islands that Cappy called out? I knew him.
Oh, Gabe
Gabe Hoffman.
Hoffman, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Gabe Hoffman, I didn't really hang out with him or anything, but my friend did. They went to the shooting range together, and my other friend was his drug dealer. And when I told my friend about that, they were gone. He just, see you later. I'm out.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Another journal stained throughout with blood, red paint, documents yet another pregnancy that ended horribly. Okay, here it is. Okay, this is the coded message. Again, go to the Epstein Files on the DOJ. DOJ.gov/Epstein Files and search Dataset 12. There. This is it. The page says, "So sorry, Jeffrey. Things happen when your body had never been given time to properly heal. So it came out in the toilet and I didn't know what to do. So I just flushed the tiny little fetus. You made me numb and I hate you for this. I hope I never have to see you again. I'm not your personal incubator. Where's the baby? Where's Ghislaine?" So this girl explained how she suffered a miscarriage because she got pregnant too soon after her prior pregnancy, not knowing what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So she aborted it, or it aborted, and it went down the toilet. Feeling numb and disassociative throughout the traumatic experience, the girl is so lost that she believes that Ghislaine, the woman who recruited and manipulated her, is a friend.
Again, these people a number of these people that are being paid by the Democrats are people that have actually did this. They did the recruiting because they were trying to find new girls through the girls that they already had on the prostitution payroll.
Yeah. Mikey, you need to learn how to spell my name.
Uh-oh. I think he did that on purpose.
No, he didn't.
He's trolling you.
That's Mikey Mariano. No, he knows.
He
doesn't know. Further in the journal, the girl explains that she became pregnant again. Tomorrow is the halfway ultrasound for Jeffrey. This one stuck. After they took the first baby who survived and early miscarriages, I think I was called I no longer feel like a person. I think it was called I no longer feel like a person, but a vessel. Will they take this one too? Who has the first one? Where did Ghislaine go? She's never around. I can't let myself get attached. I'm not old enough or mature enough to even in the place to have a baby that I would be responsible for. I'm not even able to focus on anything other than hiding this again. I had to go to eating disorder treatment prior to being in this again, then missed the entire fall semester of school. I'm so very exhausted. My body feels so tired. Will I ever be free? The final page of this journal sums up the mental state of a person who is completely broken. God, so hard, guys. Okay? These are kids. Combined with the distressing words on this page, the sonogram reminds us that she's talking about a real human baby. There's the sonogram, guys. Started at 16, Cram. This page says, I am such a monster. I didn't console her. I can't unhear her screams. They haunt me. I could never bring myself to look at her. I'm a monster. I deserve to be haunted by her screams. I'm so sorry. I'm so broken. After so much trauma, the girl became disassociative. She recalls in horror that she did not console the baby, let alone look at her. While this was her way of coping with the horror, she nevertheless felt like a monster. Wow, guys. On one page, the girl glued an Allstate insurance ad that depicts a courtroom with the words, "Our stand. You should never be here alone." Underneath the photo, the girl wrote, "He should." In conclusion, while most of the coverage focuses on celebrities mentioned in the Epstein files, some documents reveal a horrific truth that most outlets dare not even speak about. For instance, the so-called elites uses slaves to breed babies to be used in their deranged activities, such as child sex trafficking, MK Ultra programming, adrenochrome sourcing, and ritualistic torture and blood sacrifice. The journals above, buried in Dataset 12, describe one victim's horrific story as a teenage sex slave turned into a human incubator under the complete control of Jeffrey Epstein. Everything mentioned in these journals, from the elite people who abused her to Epstein's obsession with eugenics, have been verified by other sources. This means that this girl's story is highly credible. Conspiracy theorists have been saying this for ages, that underground rings obtained children from several sources, including forced breeding of sex slaves. This girl's story is proof that none of this is theory. All of it is reality. And always keep it in mind. Is it possible Epstein was a puppet, not the main person of interest? Financed by who or what foreign entities? 1. Primary gather blackmail on elected political dignitaries, royalty, Hollywood influencers, Wall Street, and other financial top-level players, other high-profile industry-specific people, etc. 2. Feed an addiction. Controllable. Maxwell, family background. Robert Maxwell, history, intel agency, wealth, class, 1 through 99. Sometimes it's the people in the background that are of greater significance. You.
Whenever you're seeing people that are starting to hyperventilate to you and tell you that they care more about missing children than you do and start yelling Pizzagate, that is whenever you know that this is a person that has something to do at some juncture with this cult, okay? Because they're trying to distract you. All of these people, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, all of these people, Liz Crokin, General Flynn, trying to distract you with Pizzagate, whenever we understand very, very clearly that these people are geneticists. Okay, what they are doing is something very sinister. What Jeffrey Epstein was doing was trying to perpetuate, quote unquote, his bloodline. You recognize that, right? He wanted many babies that had his bloodline so that the work, the great work, can continue. Are you starting to see the Nazism in that? The thing that people don't understand about the Nazis or the Nazism is it is a satanic cult that was allowed to breed on the surface through Germany by the bloodline families. This was an experiment so that they could showcase to the world what their power was, okay? And the idea that America came in and won World War II, that was an optic. America didn't win World War II. America capitulated to the Third Reich, and they brought them all here, and we went from covert control to overt control. In other words, they're completely overt to covert. They're completely hiding it from you. That's why the scientists came here. That's why Operation Paperclip. That's why Project Naomi. That's why MK Ultra. MK Ultra is on perfect display for you right there. Compartmentalize the mind. That's what a compartmentalized mind looks like. Oh, one moment you love me, one moment you don't give me any attention whatsoever, and you are completely cold. Those are MK Ultra tactics, and they were using this stuff on
and Q told us about them too.
Thousands of people, and told us about this family, told us about being born in.
Shady, I've got the names that were mentioned.
Okay.
This girl mentioned Jeffrey Epstein, Mr. Leonsis, likely Ted Leonsis, businessman and sports team owner. Mr. Case is likely Steve Case, AOL co-founder. Mr. Schneider is likely Dan Snyder, former Washington NFL team owner. The Gregorys, possibly referring to the Gregory family or specific individuals associated within Epstein circles, not further specified. Mr. Colgan could be John Colgan, implies Epstein associate. George Mitchell, a former U.S. senator. Mr. Kimsey, James Kimsey, AOL co-founder. Leon Black, billionaire investor, Apollo Globe Management co-founder, mentioned in the follow-up parts as violently abusing her.
All associates.
So I wanted to do this on my birthday, I think, because I'm here and you're here and we need to save our children. We will not give up the fight for the children. What is the one thing that will unite humanity? In my opinion, it's the children, Shady.
It is. It is, because there's only a very small segment of the 8 billion people that are willing to harm them. And that is a very small number of people. Whenever you take 8 billion people and you stand them all in a room, and then you take the 0.05% that are literally the elite of planet Earth, those are who are in charge of this. This is the secret that they are protecting. What they are trying to do to you is to dilute your presence and to establish a presence on Earth of an army of zombie-like human beings that just toil and they don't question. They just attack other religions and they don't question. Look at what's going on between the Muslim world and the Jewish world and the Christian world. Their aim is to get all of us to attack one another so that they can reap the benefit of the spoils out of the ashes of the destruction. What if we don't destroy the whole world for their genetic scheme? What if we keep the bloodline diluted? You see, they want their bloodline kept clean. That's what they're trying to do. Their whole process, every single thing that they think about, they don't think about anything else other than their genetic connection to the cult and the power that it gives them to keep you from being able to see them. The reason they're mad at us because we said the word Pesur was because when we said that, a tremendous amount of lights started turning on around that name that had been turned off for decades. Nobody had talked about that name outside of very small circles for decades until we brought it out during the Q movement and spread it everywhere. Then all hell broke loose against us. Why? Because we wanted to talk about their geneticism, their Nazism, their ancient cult blood sacrifice, their Satanism. That's what it really is. National socialism, globalism, communism. It's really Satanism.
Yeah. And remember, isn't there I thought there was a post with just M as well, Shady, wasn't? Or is that H?
There was definitely an H post.
Yeah. Anyways, this is a very deep story. Shady, did you want to wrap it up? We got 7 minutes, and I got to get out of here on time today. I love you guys.
I'm sorry, Jeff, but there's definitely going to be some extra today. We're going to have to keep you around for the
ain't gonna happen
after school. Yep, this is after school stuff. Detention. We're gonna call that detention.
I'm out.
I love you, dude. I know. I'm hoping you have a great time. This is a couple of the born in the Q post. This is for you to decide what you think. This is talking about Mizvinsky, which is Hillary's daughter's husband, born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, grew up attending a conservative Jewish synagogue. Parents both former Democratic members of the House of Representatives. Father Edward Mizvinsky, 1937, who embezzled $10 million from people via both a Ponzi scheme and the advanced fee scam, and was found guilty of fraud in 2001. His mother is Marjorie Margolis, who was the TV reporter and represented Pennsylvania's 13th district from 93 to 95. They declared bankruptcy shortly before Mizvinsky's conviction and divorced. Follow him and the family down the hole to find more truth. This is talking about George Soros is whatever that's married to Chelsea Clinton. 742. Have we not talked? How many times have you seen us talk about this exact post? This is 2/12/2018. I want you to be thinking about what you just read Jeff talk about. This is not just Jeffrey Epstein. This is many, many other powerful elites think just like him. There's a ton of them. The inner circle, Mika Brzezinski, background, family, career, McLean, Virginia, where the CIA is. The age of tech has hurt their ability to hide and control. Majority today were born in through the circle. How are they born in? Are they born in like this lady was just describing to you? Whenever a family, remember, what did we tell you about how it works? The family, the person who has the last name isn't the last name of the real bloodline family. The real family that gave birth to that child or the real genetics is hidden from you. And PACER is one of those things they hide. Investigate those in front of the camera who scream the loudest. These people are really stupid. And is near the media cleanse. JFK, Q. Then Q repost that again. I think it was right after 743, 742. 2 posts back to back. Yes, 743. Then 923, 310, 2018. Guys, this is 8 years ago. They made many current former enslaved children famous. Why would they make them famous? Because it distracts you from what happened to you as a child. Think Britney Spears and these other people that are complete lunatics. Hollywood is filled with them. How did they get there? Well, we're showing you. Models, find the loudest voices, brainwashed, who was adopted and who was born in. They thought the sheep would follow the stars, which is another interesting post there. Then Q.
Hey, Eddie, did you get the born in with Mika yet?
Yes, that was the one just before. Yes, sir.
I want to show you this. This is Mika Brzezinski. Check this out.
Yep.
Mika Brzezinski. Where's the volume? Oh, here's the volume.
You say you want a revolution? Nothing on this has.
And we have a viola,
there she is.
cello, and
viola. Fun. Go ahead, Shady.
So exactly right there. So now then Q quoted that post that we just read about the Hollywood enslaved stars. The spirit cooking discovery is bigger than you know. Follow Maria. This is a Maria Abramovic. There's a reason the word conspiracy was made and pushed.
Maybe Miss M was Maria.
Maybe. Oh, yes, I bet it was Miss M. I bet you're right about that.
Wow.
I 100% bet you're right about that, dude. Because she would be like the queen or the queen figure in the situation.
And she spoke in an accent, right?
Yep. Yes, she absolutely did.
Let's see. Let's listen. Hang on. Let's just listen.
Freedom. They can go there for 3 minutes.
Oh my God, bro!
Whatever section they want to.
Okay.
Got to be her.
Wow.
And then here we have the post. The spirit cooking is bigger than you know. Follow Maria. I wonder why. Maybe because maybe we're following Maria right now, ladies and gentlemen, in real time, Jeff. Oh, wow. There's a reason the word conspiracy is made and pushed. The weapon against the Great Awakening. Then it's post 2060 that quotes post 2061 quotes post 2060. At least 7 senior Facebook executives have announced their departure this year. Nothing to see here. DARPA. Killbox, meaning DARPA is part of this born in thing. Sergey Brin, Google founder, born in Moscow, was married to Anne Wojcicki, 23andMe founder, was brother-in-law to Susan Wojcicki, CEO of YouTube that threw us off YouTube. DARPA, Q, born in, ladies and gentlemen. These are the posts that Q said, and then Q gave us the this link here. Read between the lines, and it is going to take us to Google's true origin partly lies in CIA and NSA research grants for mass surveillance. Okay, just like what Q has been telling you, none of these companies, whether they're Facebook or Google or any of them, were generated organically from the ground up. They are portals for you to be surveilled. Period. End of story. Bottom line, because once you start saying things like what me and Jeff were saying whenever we said PACER, where the reason for surveilling us would be so that they could come immediately and send their minions to smear us.
Wow, guys.
Holy crap.
M is Maria, dude.
M is definitely Maria.
She sounded kind of French, right? Like that's what, oh my God.
No doubt about it. There's the miss, like the way that it's being referenced, and they would be bringing her around to, they would be bringing Maria around to quote unquote, bless the child.
Spirit cook.
Or.
All right, Shady, it's 2.
I love you.
Let's say our
Happy
goodbyes.
birthday, sir. That was a very heavy day. Sorry that you had to do that on your birthday, but it's okay.
That's what I
God
fight
bless
for,
you.
Shady. We fight for our children.
We do, and we fight, and we fight for each other, Jeff, because we are all God's children.
Enough is enough, guys. We love you.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Friday. Premium day tomorrow.
True.
Get your premium, guys. Let me see. Why isn't this opening? There we go. Enough is enough.
Music in the house. Respect. Yo, Biden White House drama, cocaine in the West Wing. Secret Service confirmed it, but no one's taking the sting. July 2023 statement bag found, test positive. Investigation closed quick, no suspect, no justice. If that was Trump's crib, rates and headlines non-stop. But Biden's crew skates while the people's trust drops. Equal justice? Nah, it's a 2-tier game. Elites protect elites, playing us all the same. Enough is enough. Equal justice under the law. No more passes for the swamp. Time to even the score. Train it deep, MAGA strong, MAGA forever. Trump's fighting back, we'll win together. Enough is enough. No more hiding the truth. Globalists fall, patriots rise. That's the proof. Obama's vineyard estate, chef's body in the palm. Ruled accidental drowning, case closed. Move along, but whisper network spinning, questions never cease. While Trump's every move gets the media beast. Pelosi home invasion, hoax rumors fly wild. Male prostitute tale debunked, but the damage piled. No evidence, pure fake, push to divide and distract. Fake news crickets when it's their side under attack. It's enough, equal justice under the law. No more passes for the swamp, time to even the score. Train it deep, MAGA strong, MAGA forever. Trump's fighting back, we'll win together. Enough is enough. No more hiding the truth. Globalists fall, patriots rise. That's the proof. Clinton's private server emails classified. Cummings FBI called extremely careless, but she slides. July 2016 statement. No charges, no blame. While Trump smart alive, go gets raided and shamed. Documents drama, endless probes on one side. The other gets winks, free rides nationwide. Borders wide open, fitting all flooding the streets. Heaven forbid we question powder in elite seats. Trump exposed the rot, fought the deep state machine. Globalists hate him cause he keeps America clean. Sovereignty, nationalism, borders locked tight. Traditional values, we're taking back the fight. Rose flips, CNN screaming 24/7 rage. But for their own, it's silence. Turn the page, wake up. Patriots, no more excuses or lies. MAGA restores justice under American skies. Enough is enough. Yeah, we say it loud. Equal justice for all. Make the republic proud. Drain the swamp. Trump leads the way. MAGA forever. Every single day.
www.mg.show. Boom.